Please ring your mic and turn on your speakers.
I think. No, I've got mine. It's been done. I think it's John. He's been away on holiday. That's his problem.
Radio. Right, are we online? Ready to go?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, well, welcome to this ordinary meeting of the council. Option annual plan events. Today, people online and whoever may be in the world. My knowledge, we don't have any apologies. Just Evans is on leave of absence. Also no declarations of interest. Yes. Oh, the apologies. If he's on leave. Yep. John and Phil, all in favour, say aye. Aye. Carried. No declarations of interest to my knowledge. And no public forum petitions or deputations. Notification of extraordinary business. And to my knowledge, there's no questions. Right. Well, we'll move straight on to the report. 7.1. Annual plan adoption. Marcus, you want to lead through this? We'll see a few bit of work.
We've also got Patrick online to support, and we've got Jody as well.
Very good. In your hands to run through this.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm just circulating out for all the councillors the digital copy of the annual plan for 26-27. It is the same document that is appended to the agenda today. However, there's been a couple of slight changes with the formatting of the document and beautification with the colours and the images and pieces. So just made sure that the document is a fulsome document that is being circulated, making sure everything is looking tidy. And this is the document that we'd effectively be signing today once we get our way through the resolution that council lands on this. So effectively, this is the annual plan for year 3 of our long-term plan. So our long-term plan was set in 2024, indicated that there was going to be rate increases of 12.6% for this financial year. I was with some detail of the budget, working through that with finance and executive and councillors. We've managed to get that rates increase down from 12.6% as projected to 3.25, which is where it's set in this annual plan document. So that's effectively what we're seeking to get approved today for this meeting. And also want to speak to the piece around public engagement and public consultation on the levels of service. There's no changes to the levels of service anticipated in the long-term plan, with those changes proposed today in the new plan. So seeking resolution from council to sign the annual plan for this coming financial year. Any questions?
Thanks, Marcus. So look, I thank the staff and everything, everybody involved in getting down where we could do, where we ended up. Really good. Obviously good in from the point of the rate increase, but we've pretty lean on it, and you've done a pretty good job. So Morris.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I agree. It's been very good, and we really appreciate the effort that staff have put into it, given the request for some changes at the last minute. So I'm really I'm really happy to support the recommendation, Mr. Chairman, except number 3 is grammatically a little bit funny. It should read, adopt the annual plan pursuant to section 95 rather than other way around, in my opinion.
Well, that's, you can put there at mine. I'll leave it for someone else who's more knowledgeable than me to agree to that. But actually, just in regards to that, I just want to say we did challenge the budgets and things, just we had a few extra sessions and we didn't take it lightly about what's going on. But it was also really important for the community. There is still business as usual. We're actually investing in other things around the nitrate investigations and things like that. So we're not fucking back just to make it look good. It's actually making sure that we're going to still do the things for the community's needs and for their functions carry on. Yes.
Well, just following up on what you said, I just want to acknowledge the work of the teamwork of the staff, and particularly the integration with councillors and staff, and how we've landed in the right place, or landed in the place we have. Time will tell whether it's right, but I feel very comfortable that we've had good dialogue, we've been able to listen to each other, and we've ended up with something which I believe is a good result. And I just want to place on record my appreciation for the way staff have contributed to the result.
Want to move that?
I'll move, yes.
Eric, move. Jeff, you want a second? Further discussion, are all happy? Those are the 4 recommendations there, obviously. Yep. We've got in front of.
But you just to clarify, are we changing the wording of?
Does that need to be changed?
Well, it's up to you, Rob. It doesn't read quite right the way it is, but it's probably got the intention there.
Is that all right, Deborah? Can we just turn it? Yeah, with that slight change to number 3. Adopt the annual plan pursuant to section 95. Okay, I'll put that with that amendment, put that motion. All in favour, say aye. Aye. Against, carried. Very well, thanks.
Just before we move on to the next item, would it be possible for you and the chief executive to sign page 5, and then it's done and dusted, which is effectively that resolution here that's signed off.
What do you want? 5 of the.
Need to on the same copy. Page 5 is a the name and the respective names which you can sign, and then it's effectively
There we go. Yeah.
Just put an E.
Keep us legal, Marcus.
Just put an X if it's
Time
hard.
my life. Well,
Yeah.
Wait.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again, staff.
He said some advice. There we go.
All right, we'll move on to 7.2.
Yeah.
Cheers. Page.
Page 50.
Yeah. On to the next one.
56.
56.
Sorry.
This is the rates resolution 26. Usually just a procedural thing, I take it. So just want to have anything to say in regards to.
So this is just based on the information from the annual plan that we've already wrote through. This is detailing out the breakdown of each of the individual rates and how they apply across the categories that we provide. So it's open for any questions.
Yep. Follows on from what we've done. So any questions? That's just the legal reality of it. If not, someone wants to do that. Linda? Roger, you're picking it. No further discussion. I'll put it. All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Good. Really, that's the full recommendations here. We move on to page 64, I think. And we're on the fees and charges schedule. Marcus, you're going to lead this out?
Thank you, Chairman. So effectively, in the coming financial year, the fees and charges have an opportunity for updating. So it's been a robust process moved through with this piece of work from council. So effectively there was public consultation, we had a hearing and deliberations on the same day, and effectively we've landed in a position where we're putting up the draft fees and charges for approval on council, so that from 1 July forward to the next financial year, these will be the fees and charges that will apply to activities of council, recognising the balance of user pays and rates, how they both contribute to the funding of the organisation, and also appended to the report is the responses from council back to those submitters. So we'll just make sure that councils go across that, and also endorsing those responses with submitters as well. So thank you for any questions.
Okay. Again, we've been through a reasonable process in this. It's always quite challenging. Plenty of opinions on what we should be doing. But is there any questions in regards to this?
I'll move that, Mr. Chairman.
You happy to move that? So we got the, hang on, sorry, I'm just going back to my page. So we've got the 4 recommendations, obviously we received the report. Five, sorry, yes. And I think Marcus has gone through those. 5 recommendations. If there's nobody, we've got Morris, whoever wants to second that. Roger. No further questions, I'll put it. All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Carried. Move on to 7.4. 145. Yeah, who's coming?
Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Karen,
Yeah.
anything you wanted to add?
Got to add.
This is really over to decide on a nomination on a representative council to attend the conference.
Everybody will see there, that's obviously 23rd, no, anyway, 1st to the 3rd of July. Is anybody of interest? I'm obviously, going to speak at the opening. Anybody else have an interest? Want to get along?
It's in Invercargill, so it's not that expensive.
No, so it's local.
Just a flag, Chair, there is on the 1st of July council LTP workshop scheduled from 10 till 3. YL briefing and then a regional forum report briefing later that same afternoon. So Wednesday, the 1st of July is quite busy. So I guess if anyone was nominated, they would be stepping down from council commitments on the Wednesday. And I personally am not available because of other council commitments over that period.
So we do have a,
Yeah, Chairman, I'm interested, but not for the whole time. And I see that there's a day registration, so if there was somebody else that's interested, we could split the one person across the 3 days.
Yeah.
Or I could just lurk in the background. I can't come up for 3 days.
Aaron, do you want to just?
There's an opportunity if it's here in Invercargill to.
Yeah. We don't have many other costs involved in it, so it's nice and local for a change for a conference. So, but obviously the first day's been busy for us. If we've got a long-term plan, but certainly the next couple of days.
And through you, Chair, staff will obviously be attending and will report back to council. So there's nothing sort of necessary in councillors having to attend, but the opportunity is there if councillors wish to.
So can we leave it a bit open in regards to that? There's someone wants to go, I don't know you've indicated. We need a really official.
I'll talk to Karen.
Who's the unique nomination for that?
Well, we can nominate if we can put a couple of names if you want to. More than welcome, we're happy to pay for the registration for the day if it's a day. Does that make sense?
I could move Councillor Ludlow.
And Roger, do you?
Similar to Lyndall, I've got some interest, but some competing commitments. The Thursday, the 2nd, looks like the only on my calendar the opportunity that I'd have to spend some time there. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to like move the point. Roger and Lyndall, the team, that you can be flexible enough to,
Yeah.
if you want to go, we're happy for you to
Yeah, Thursday the second is the only day that I'd be able to attend. Yeah, I'm keen to do it that day.
Leave it open like that. I'm very happy for them.
Well, just probably needs to work subject to availability
Yeah.
and then the two names and they can work it out.
Right. Yep, who's moving that?
I'll move.
Yeah. Elsie, you got a
Yeah,
comment?
like on the Friday, the third to be the first reserve. You know, if somebody else can't go, I'd be here.
We're happy to go for a day if you want. If you like, I mean, we're out, like there's no travel
No, I'd like-
accommodation or anything,
yeah.
so it's
I'd like,
Still
We do.
$400 a
Okay.
day.
it is $400, but it's
oh,
a day. There is a cost.
no.
If I can't go, I'll give you.
Yeah, well, I'd be first reserve.
Okay, yeah. What else you're staying there as a reserve? All right, with all that, Jeff, you moved it, you and second it. Three recommendations, all in favour, say aye. Aye. Against, carried. Thank you, Peter. All right, move on to 7.5, local government reorganisation update, and Rachel coming up here. This might have a wee bit more discussion, so. A lot going on in this part of the business at the moment. Rachel.
Good morning. Through you, Chair, this item is a reasonably brief update on the local government reorganisation processes running in the region at the moment. So as everyone knows, we've got both the local government commission process running as well as the Head Start process initiated by the government in May. Head Start has the tight timeframe around it, 9 August closing date for initial proposals. And as you're also aware, regional councils cannot submit those initial proposals, but we can play a role in terms of supporting the process. So this item has a bit of an update around the function financial analysis that's been underway over the last few months just to support the conversations happening in this space. We have had conversations over the last couple of weeks with staff at the other councils and are doing some testing around the assumptions and hope to wrap that work up this week. So just an update on that. And the final part of the item is really around the local democracy working party that's been set up and just confirming councillor representation on that.
Okay. Questions, Phil?
Yeah, no, thank you. First of all, I think it's a very positive idea that the working group has been formed to explore this at a time when there is a lot to consider with respect to local government reform. I support the fact that we are contributing in a very collaborative and transparent manner. I would hope that other councils are equally collaborative and equally transparent in their approach to something that's a pretty important potential outcome for Southland and for local democracy in New Zealand. I do wonder if, given it's a working group, is there a sense that there will be at some point an openness to local democracy reporters from the media being privy to some of the discussions that occur, or will it be a closed discussion? Do we have an understanding of how that's to be managed before we commit to supporting it? Or is that not certain?
Yeah, I'm not aware of the details at that level, whether there's been conversations at a mayor to chair level. There may be.
Yeah, it was quite. We made
I understand
mayoral
that.
forum this on Friday, so.
Appreciate the fluid and dynamic time, and that these things may not yet have time to be considered, but I just think it's something that maybe we want to, whoever we nominate might want to put that to the group once it forms and gets underway as to at what stage do we, or what measures are appropriate to make sure it is as transparent as possible.
Rob?
I'll follow on from.
Okay, no, all good. We've got David here and then Jeff. Anyone else? Yep, David.
Yeah, look, I was just interested in the financial model we're putting together. I believe the chief financial officers of all of the councils, so ground truthing the sort of stuff that we've got in there. There has been real interest in that, and there was thought put into if they all sign off on it, that it's correct, at what time would that become publicly available? Because, you know, it's sort of based on LTPs, which are all public documents.
We're working through that at the moment. I mean, we're not quite sure when we'll have some confirmation around that, but hopefully sooner rather than later, which hopefully early next week. So we've got the session with the CFOs coming up on Thursday and Friday, so we'll be able to then work through from there if we can get a unanimous view on those assumptions. Anything you want to add to that?
Just that if we can't reach a collective set of assumptions, what we'll do is highlight where there is agreement and which areas there's disagreement.
And Chair, can I just add a wee bit more just about the model? I mean, it's we haven't got a say in this head start, you know, but we have got influence, and we are also really keen to make sure that whatever option is chosen, our functions are able to endure and give appropriate recognition in the process. So hence the model, and looking at what are the implications of going either way, which are always chosen. We know that communities and individuals out there are sort of wondering what's the impact of this on them in terms of both the delivery of the functions, but also on financial implications. So this model is important to help make people and communities make informed decisions.
Yeah, I just I applaud the model putting facts into what is an emotion-based thing. It's a great platform.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Chair. First question is this sanctioned by the government, or is this a sort of rearguard action to say these things are important, we want you to consider this? Is this an initiative from us or from government? That's my first question.
It's an initiative from us.
Right.
We're very clear that we think communities need to have some information in front of them to make informed decisions.
And that.
Are you talking about the planning models committee, the committee?
Yeah.
Or the model.
The model.
The model.
So, but anyway, I think we've got a role to play, and I think we've shown some leadership in this province anyway. And my next question would be, is Phil available for this? You had a look at your timetable, because I think you're probably one of our lead spokespeople on this, and you've done some work and certainly in sewing together the responsibilities of regional councils into a unitary council.
Yeah, just response, not necessarily available, but I'm also, if it is someone else, it might be someone else, happy to make sure we collectively support that individual with information that will make their job as easy as possible.
Cool. Thank you.
If I can make it clear, this was sort of instigated from Mayor Campbell in regards, he wanted to know what the rural, so it's more of a rural, the people living in the rural area to have understanding the representation, saying what could work. And so he asked, is because they don't have many rural people in there, so he's wanting that feedback, and it's probably a good idea from Tom's position in the city. He's saying, hey, we need to know, we don't know, trying to balance and trying to bring that rural urban thing together. So nothing against Phil's connections into the rural, but it was probably more around the rural based councils he was asking. So it doesn't mean we have to go there, but that's the sort of what he's wanting to encourage from all councils to be involved in this. So it was a good idea, but it's another bit of the puzzle to try and bring that in. So, but we can talk about that once we get through all the questions. Jeff.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, given this group is called the Local Democracy Working Party, I take it there's no compulsion on representation from every council to be there. Is that the case, or can we ensure that there is representation from all of the councils on that party?
we would like every councils, all councils, I think the invitation's been put out there very much so, and I think, yeah, some have put a grant. Dermody's been coming from the ICC because he does have rural connections, back in his family farm in Tokanui. So that was their person. They suggested one person for our council and maybe two from your district and STC. To my knowledge, GDC have put two people up. To my best of my knowledge, I don't think STC have put anybody up yet. But the invitation is there.
And that's as much as we can do with STC is just.
Yeah, can't force anyone.
Thank you.
I'll just make a comment. The big thing here is showing transparency. We want everybody to be involved in this. It's about working. The community wants to see people working together, trying to come up for a solution, and the community can read into who comes onto that group. But there are willing parties to be involved. And we certainly are too. So
yes, thank you.
Linda.
Thanks, Chair. Firstly, we would like to suggest that we use the phrase region-wide rather than rural and urban, in the interests of playing nicely together. But also, I'm just wondering whether there's any thought to Te Marama being involved in that working party, given that they are represented on a number of councils currently, and they spread across the region, of course, and mana whenua perspective as far as democracy might be interesting input.
That's probably a good question, and that might be up to the working party whether they've got the authority to invite people.
Well, they seem to have given themselves their own authorities, so.
Terms of reference and things like that. But it's a question.
Yeah, at least at some point, I think that perspective should be represented in the discussion.
I can add that. I've probably said my piece in regards to this. Just to reiterate, this is going so quick. We don't have a vote, us, Environment South, that we can certainly influence and be involved in the discussion. The biggest discussion, and I hear this up the country and whenever you talk about it, it's all about representation around. I think the numbers are really important, and probably the reality is that's probably should be a major discussion, because we're trying to work out what problems we're trying to solve here. But everybody's really struggling with the representation around these single unitary or whatever structures are going to be proposed. So I believe that this is just, as I said, one piece of the puzzle that we've got an input into, just bringing all the councils together and trying to get again that single voice of how representation could be in all parts of our region. So yeah, so certainly supportive of this. Do you want to comment, Rob?
Well, I was keen to make a comment just about the model. So once you've, we've got two initiatives underway here. We've got the working party, and we've got the work we're doing on the model. So some days talking about
just, I think I'd write like in regards to we've got a nominated councillor. If I may, I'm quite happy to nominate you and Matheson to be Councillor Matheson to be involved in this working party.
I'll second that.
Jeff, is there any discussion, like, just, are you happy to be involved?
Yeah, I am with Jeremy, as long as everyone else is supportive of me being in that role. Yeah, I think it'll be important that I bring a consultation or a consultative view to the process, and so I'll be looking for quite a bit of feedback from the councillors as well.
Cool. Yeah, just in support of that, in the interests of spreading the load, I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, Mayor Campbell, I should say, was very, because he said this is not about chairs, mayors or anything. This is actually about councillors and wanting that input. So So I'm happy, Jeff, you second that? All in favour, say aye.
Right.
Sorry, Morris, have you got a comment? Sorry.
There's no opportunity for a city councillor to be there either.
Well, that's what I was trying to reiterate. It was, it's more the city was asking, we need feedback from, I know, I'm not trying to create a rural urban thing here, but it was important. Because a big discussion out in the rural part of our region is about representation. So this is actually, should be able to hopefully bring some ideas. And that's what they're wanting. They are really, you know, from Tom's years, Campbell's position is he wants that balance to really, because he's keen for that representation to be strong. He said that very clearly in his media, and so this is the way of engaging.
You meant a city councillor from Southland, not from the Invercargill city. Do they just want one representative?
Invercargill constituents.
Well, I'm just going by recommendations, whether, I mean, I don't know the terms of reference or whatever in regards to, maybe they might say, hey, we need more input, but maybe that might be up to the working party to bring someone. I'm just going by what the questions that can be asked of the working party.
Yeah, that'd be good, because I think urban councillors on this council might have a, you know, a slightly different perspective than a rural councillor.
Yeah.
Chair, could I suggest that we perhaps have someone as a reserve then, in case Councillor Matheson can't make any of that?
I'm happy to put another recommendation here if need be. Put some as a reserve. If that's needed. What's people thought?
Well, it would give the opportunity for a city ward-based person to be on there.
Just to that point, Chairman, if
Yeah.
I'm next to it. Perhaps more importantly, we should provide a clear reporting pathway for Councillor Matheson so that he can feed back to us and then we can feed back to him anything that we want to take into that working party. There's a danger that the working party could become a not working party if it becomes too big. So maybe it would be more efficient if we provide a clear pathway for reporting both ways. Councillor Matheson.
Yes, yeah, well, we can probably look at all the, ask for those questions. Can I just reiterate, this was, and I know Morris, you're bringing up that it was more, they were asking for rural-based councillors to have just, it's not saying they want to control, it's actually just provide feedback. And it's about people living in that part of the region, I'm not going to say. So that was very specific, and was trying to clarify that.
No, I have every faith in Councillor Matheson.
No, that's, so we did both.
Yeah.
We agreed for Ewan. It's just a matter of, do we need anybody else in case? Or is that, we worry about that on the day, or we nominate someone?
I think, Chair, given how this is going to have to be an agile, fast working group, smaller is faster, I think to stick with one would be suitable, and I'm sure Councillor Matheson will be prepared to ask for support if he needs it, or can invite others to sit in on discussions if that's appropriate within the structure of their work.
He's not allowed any time off. It's been a rare time for the last 10 days. So you're going to be here till the 9th of August anyway. We'll worry about it if you can't. So, I'm sorry, David. Yeah.
To make this work, we all need to give, plenty of input. And likely if you're gasping a wee bit, you should seek it, because some of us have been involved in local government for a long time and have some views. So, just feel free to cast the net out when you're looking at agendas and going, because we got to make sure we get our collective voice in there.
I'm sure Ewan with faith that he'll work the best here. He can use us to wherever it's needed. So, talk about the modelling. We'll clarify that. They've sorted.
Can I just make a couple of comments just about the model, and while we're still firming up on the numbers, and we've got these sessions with the CFOs just to see if we can get agreement around the assumptions we'll hopefully have some numbers out pretty shortly. The work has highlighted that even at this stage, the biggest pressure on rates is not on operating costs, but on future infrastructure and asset replacement costs. So any savings from amalgamation are likely to be minor. The work also highlighted that the upfront costs, the transition costs, and the cost of aligning systems are going to be quite substantial, and they'll be front loaded, of course. So those are some early sort of results coming through that we can, that are really useful to look at what that future means in terms of cost savings. So,
No, all good. I just want to reiterate, it's all about working with everyone else,
Yeah.
making sure we're all in the same room and for the
And operating on the same fact base.
yeah, and that's getting we're all on the same page with numbers and things. Would be great.
I was just going to report what came out of our group last week at Transport World, where the board representatives made a point that was accepted by our group, that to get some equity or some strength of the rural vote, they wanted to include West Otago in the modelling. And that was what our group, I never counted it at the time, but I just put that on the table, that is a live discussion out there being brought forward from one direction. You can just put that in your little background that they see that having some kind of dominance rurally is important, and dominance doesn't come from numbers, it comes from rational logic, in my view. Right, I'll just put that on the table.
And living in that community, I understand cross-border and communities of interest are very, very alive. And but the information I suppose I'm getting from Otago, they're probably looking at one unit treated in that discussion up there. But I think whatever structures get sorted out in the next few years, I think certainly within the next stages, how do you work between units, shared services, roading, these other things, and align those communities of interest. But it certainly has been discussed up there way.
Right.
Talk about it. But, someone had their hand up.
Yeah.
Alistair, yes.
They based that on that all of those people do business in Gore. That was the rationale.
That was the cover
The
story.
Blue Mountains this way.
The cover story.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Still,
It's
there's
the
a border
Wallabies,
there when
it's
it
the
comes to
Wallabies.
playing rugby. There's Southland and Otago between neighbours, I'll tell you that. So they're still very distinct in their regions. So you're all happy, Rob? You've said your bit, and we've voted on that. So we've got the two recommendations there. There's no more discussion. Can I have a mover and seconder for those that we nominate? Obviously, the second one nominate you and Matthew to participate. Local democracy. Democracy.
I'll move it.
We're happy to move it. Alistair, John, second it. All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
Against, carried. Yeah. No knowledge. At the end of the, we don't have any public excluded. Thank you very much. Nice and short. And we've closed the meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, team, everybody involved.
All those days of workshops paid a divvy that we got through this so efficiently. Let's just acknowledge our work and our humility.
Thank you, Eric.